guys, Arwen here, coming to you in what is basically my authentic self. No makeup, no gimmicks, no nothing. Just 100% pure me. Because the thing I am about to talk to you about is actually kind of the same type of thing. Yep, you probably guessed it if you have followed me and some of the posts that I've been making. The Gallows Tree is finally up for presale! And I am super freaking happy with how everything turned out. I was just delaying things because I wanted to ensure that everything was in perfect form, that there were no mistakes, that the audio was good, that the physical distribution would work out in my favor. And also I have a couple of shirts up now, and everything is happening so quickly, and it's a little overwhelming. But I'm really happy to announce that the Gallows Tree is finally up for pre-sale. The links to all of that are going to be down below. But before you take a look at those, I just wanted to take a moment to actually finally fully discuss this album in full 100% detail. The Gallows Tree is basically an album that is about many themes of loss, of tragedy, of death, of realizing things that possibly shouldn't have happened, that are toxic, or changes in your life that are negative. But also, it is about coming into power with yourself, coming to your own strength, and having that hope and having that drive to take a leap of faith toward your dreams. And yes, the lyrics are very, very sad and stuff in most parts, but I do assure you that I wrote this from a place that was literally the darkest, deepest part of my soul. One of the songs in this album is about 10 years old now, almost 10 years old, and it actually discusses a theme of I had survived, around the time I wrote it, an attempt on my life. Yeah. I just felt really out of place. I felt like I didn't belong anymore. I was going through stuff. Boyfriend at the time cheated on me, and the person he cheated on me with was bullying me. And it just got to the point where I did not feel like I wanted to live anymore. Sorry, it's just really hard to talk about this, but I've gotten through it. I'm here. And I'm going to be honest when I say that I'm very glad that I'm here. Because 10 years later, that same song that I wrote out of my heartbreak and out of my misery is now going to be a beacon of hope for those that are in a dark place just like I was. Oh God, I don't want to cry, so I'll just stop talking about it now. This is just basically a song from the deepest part of my heart that's almost 10 years old now that finally got a metal version, and I'm really happy with how it came out. And hoping you guys like that a lot. There's also one cover on it, a cover that basically is of a popular song that I turned into a very haunting version of the song that I think you guys will very much enjoy. And then there are the songs Castle, The Midnight Hour, and Cursed as well. The singles that I had already released being remastered to perfection. And then there's a few new songs as well. New songs that are basically, oh yeah, Longing is on that list too. Forgot. Ooh, excuse me. So basically, the rest of the songs on the album are brand spanking new ones that are not even shown to the world, that no one has heard yet. And they come from places of, again, like darker parts of me, parts that I didn't really want to embrace at first. But then I realized, after sitting here and thinking about life, and after turning 30, and after spending the 3 years on this album, I realized that coming to terms with that darker part of your soul, coming to terms with the things inside of you that you don't necessarily want to embrace, it actually gives you a lot more strength and courage to reach out and to do things that you never thought possible. Because with that newfound strength, you just feel more determined to take the leap. And that was how I felt as I turned 30 this past year. I'm about to turn 31. The Gallows Tree, the pre-sale started yesterday, Halloween, and the pre-sales are going until December 18th when the album is released to the world. On December 18th, I turned 31. This last year, I had made a promise to myself that my number one goal was to go for it. No matter what it took, go for it. Get the album out there, get my band's album out there, do whatever it takes. Band's album's coming out really well, but I actually was hesitating a lot at first on this because I just felt like no one was ready to hear this, to be honest. And I feel like when you guys hear it, it's gonna be a lot to take in at first because sometimes when you're in a deep emotional state, listening to the music on this album can be a bit overwhelming. I personally got overwhelmed writing it for the most part. Yeah, after yesterday too, because I realized yesterday, like, holy crap, the biggest accomplishment, sorry, I'm stuttering, the biggest accomplishment of my life, oh my goodness, I can't even talk, the biggest accomplishment of my life has been this album, and I'm about to do it. It's about to come out in less than 2 months, and I'm super stoked, but also I was listening to one of the songs and it kind of just like brought up those feelings of like, oh, this had happened. And then I was like, I got past that. I got past what had happened to me. And I did something that most people probably wouldn't have been able to do, which, there's people that do it too. There's like a whole bunch of solo artists and stuff, but I did it. I had no idea I was able to do something like this, and I did it. With people's help, of course, but I did it. And I just cried in the car yesterday because I felt, holy shit, it's over. I did it. It's happening. It's actually happening. So my 31st birthday, when this album comes out, it is the start of a brand new chapter of Arwen Starsong and basically of my whole musical career. I am actually going to go for it a lot harder. This year, I was supposed to make it a thing to do a show, but I think I'm going to move that to next year, because this year I was focusing very heavily on the band and the album. Next year, I'm going to go a lot harder. And this album is literally just the beginning. I already have an EP and another album almost completely written already at this point, but I'm not going to do any of that until I've had my break for a couple of months. Because I will say that the writing process for the Gallows Tree emotionally drained me for a second because, again, some of the songs came from a very overwhelming part of my soul, and sometimes when you write songs of that nature, you just have to take a breather for a moment. Oh man, it's actually happening. So anyways, before I bore you to death with my bullshit and stuttering, I'm just going to refer you to the links below. You can purchase the album. It's going to be actually purchasable in a lot more places over the next few days, as DistroKid takes forever with distribution. It's driving me fucking nuts. But you can get Apple Music right now, and also my Bandcamp. They are down below. There will be only 50 physical copies that I'm still trying to build a shop for. The pre-orders right now are digital only. I just want to make that clear before you go into those links below. If you would like me to reserve you a physical copy for you to buy, then please leave your information in my DMs on any of my social medias, and I will be sure to put you on the list, because there are only going to be 50 copies for this first wave. And I am not ordering any more unless I sell it to 50 people. That is it. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. I am ordering only 50 because that was actually all I could afford out of my pocket. And I just want to know that I have people that actually want this album in a physical form, which I already have at least freaking 10 people. Wow. Like, 10 people out of the 50? I didn't even think anyone would be interested. I only did it so that I can make the gamble, and see if anyone was. But, damn, that's cool. So, yeah, all the links are down below, and it's getting late. So I will just bid you good night, and hope to goodness that somehow you get enticed to see my merch and buy the album. Because again, I worked so hard on this album. It was literally every part of my mind, my body, and my soul for 3 years straight. And I just want the world to hear it, because I feel like there are messages in this album that people need to hear. And I will not rest until somebody listens. Alright, end of rant. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for watching and for supporting me over the years. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I swear to God, I fucking... Like, you have no idea. It still overwhelms me that there's over 800 of you guys in this channel community. It drives me bonkers. Like, wow. Holy crap. And I hope to goodness that we can all continue to grow together in this small little community that's happening. If you want to join the Discord and get even closer, then do feel free. The links are all down there. Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween. Woohoo. Well, after Halloween now, since it's November 1st. Anyways, see you guys.